Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nabila Farha with student ID 2310931022 and I'm from Industrial Statistics 2, Class A. And in this video, I would like to explain about non-parametric statistics, especially about sign tests and Wilcoxon ransom tests. So for the first explanation is about sign tests. So a sign test is one of the tests of non-parametric statistics to check the median of the populations. So, based on this case study, a sign test was conducted to see if the median customer satisfaction with the friendliness of Gojek drivers when interacting with passengers was 4 or more than 4. And here we got the data of the statement that the Gojek driver was friendly and polite when interacting with me as a passenger. So based on this data, we determine the median first, the median based on all the data that we got, and we got the median is 4. And after that, we subtract each point of the data to the median. For example, here we got the rating of the Gojek driver was friendly and polite is 4, and we subtract it to the median of the data is 4. And after that, we got the difference is 0, and so on. And after that, we determine the sign because we use the sign test here, so the direction is very important. So we only use the plus or minus sign. So if we got a difference that have a 0 value, so we ignore it. So after that, we move to the parameter that we need. So the first parameter that we need here is R plus. So R plus is a parameter of the data that have a plus sign. So here we got the total of data that have plus sign is 33 of the data. And also we need a n parameter, which is the total of the data minus the data that we ignored or have a 0 value of sign. And we got the total of the data is 47. And then we use the significant level here is 0.05 and confidence level is 95%. And after that, we calculate the z table with this formula, norms inverse of the probability of the confidence level. And we got a value here, and after that we determine the z hitung or z null with this formula, and we got a value. And after that we determine the last parameter that we need. Here is a p-value with this formula, as you can see in the screen. So after that, we do the hypothesis testing with the null hypothesis is the median customer satisfaction score for Gojek drivers being friendly and polite when interacting with passengers is 4. And the alternative hypothesis is the median customer satisfaction is greater than 4. And the critical region is reject the null hypothesis if z null is greater than z alpha. And based on this calculation, we got that z null is greater than z alpha. So we reject the null hypothesis here. And it means that with a 95% of confidence interval, there is enough evidence to prove that the median customer satisfaction with Gojek drivers being friendly and polite when interacting with passengers is more than 4. And after that, we can also use the Minitab or SPSS test to check whether there is a difference between the p-value that we got from the application or the p-value that we got from the Excel. And here we got the p-value is same. We do the Wilcoxon ransom test. So here, the Wilcoxon ransom tests were carried out to see whether there was a difference in perception of sense of security between male and female students when using Gojek at night or not. So here we got the data of a statement that I feel safe using Gojek services to go to and from campus even at night. So here, the first thing to do is we make a table to separate between women feel safe and men feel safe. And then we calculate the rank average of each point of the women feel safe data and men feel safe data. And then we got the calculation here for all the data. And then we move to the parameter that we need. The first parameter is N1. So N1 is basically used for data that have type of small sample size. So the data that have a small sample size is men, right? Men feel safe. So for the N2, we use the data that have a big sample size. Here we use the women here. So after that, we need the parameter Wilcoxon parameter for the men and women by sum the rank of the men feel safe and women feel safe. And after that, we calculate the mean here with this formula, as you can see in the screen. And then we also calculate the variance here by the formula, as you can see in the screen. And after that, we determine the U for men and U for women. So U for men here, you can see the formula is on the screen, and also U for women, as you can see in the screen. And after that, we use the U that have the most minimum value, which is the U for women. And after that, we calculate the Z with this formula, and then we calculate the parameter of Z alpha per 2 by absolute the norm inverse of the significant level per 2. And after that, we got the p-value with this formula. And after that, we do the hypothesis testing with a null hypothesis that there is no difference in the perception of safety between male and female students when using Gojek at night, while the alternative hypothesis is there is a difference in the perception of safety between male and female students when using Gojek at night. So here, the critical region will reject the null hypothesis if Z hitung or Z null is greater than Z alpha. Or we reject the null hypothesis if Z hitung or Z null is less than minus Z alpha. And based on this calculation, we got that Z null is greater than minus Z alpha. So here we fail to reject the null hypothesis. So it means that with a 95% of a confidence interval, there is not enough evidence to prove that there is a difference in the perception of security felt by male and female students when using Gojek for campus purposes, especially at night. And after that, we can use the Minitab or SPSS also to check whether there is a difference between the value that we got from the application and from the Excel. And we got the same value from the application and the Excel. So that's all from me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.